wearing my Florida fucking state shirt, and it's funny because, like, obviously you'd think the fucking would be bleeped out, but they bleeped out the Florida. Haha, offensive, controversial, that's why I like it. I wanted to make a kind of college survival guide. I think this would be most fitting for freshmen or people who've just started college or people that are going into college. But overall, I think whatever stage of college you're in, as long as you are in college, this shit is going to be beneficial to you. I promise. These things come from a long list I made my freshman year. As I went through freshman year, I just kept a note in my iPhone of like shit I learned and picked up on, because if you're going into college, you think you know everything. And I don't mean this in a condescending or demeaning way, because I was the exact same way. When I was 18, 19 going to college, I thought that I was extremely mature for my age. I thought that I could handle anything that life threw at me. I thought I could handle boys. I thought I could handle college classes. I thought I could handle drinking for the first time. I thought literally anything, I could handle it because I had shit figured out. And there's a high chance that if you're 18 or 19, you probably feel that way too. And I don't blame you. Like, you're now a legal adult. You've been through high school, which are the worst 4 years of life. And now you can do anything, right? But I promise you, there is so much shit you don't know, and you are more naive than you think. And that's totally fine. Every part of life is a learning experience, but if this video can just help you out or teach you things that I'm sure you're not even fucking thinking of, then okay. Obviously, some of these tips are going to be boy related just because I'm a girl. I don't really know how to give girl advice to guys, so there will be some boy parts, but in general, if you're a boy, girl, whatever, I think this list, 80% of it will be beneficial to you just in general if you are going to college or are in college. So let's dive in. Number 1, boys never die. And this has literally become my life catchphrase. I want motherfucking t-shirts that say this. Like, this is my life motto. I am not even kidding. Boys never die. And what I mean by this is if you have a thing with a guy, whether it's as casual as only texting a few times, if it's someone that you just have sex with 1 or 2 times, if it's someone you full on date, I don't care the gravity of the relationship, okay? I promise you, boys do not die. They all come crawling back from the dead without fail. I have had experiences with guys where I've like hooked up with them once, or we've just texted for a while, like something so casual where I thought like, okay, it's over. Like, I don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Goodbye. And months will pass. Months. And then I will just get a text message, and guess who it's from? Fuck boy number 3. Like, you still exist? Like, what the fuck? Which is really funny and ironic to me that girls are always pegged as crazy, right? Like, we're crazy, we're clingy, we text too much, like, we never get over guys. Like, no, that's bullshit, because 9 times out of 10 with guys, when I think it's over, and I assume they think it's over too, they are the one coming back from the dead. They are fucking zombies that you cannot kill. They are werewolves that survive silver bullets. They never fucking die. So, I mean, on the plus side, if you really, really fucking like a guy and you want him to come back, he probably will, honey, so just fucking wait for him. Going in the boy territory, try not to catch feelings too quickly. I don't want to sit here and say don't catch feelings at all, because I don't want people to become emotionless robots, even though that's the way society's leaning towards nowadays anyway. But just in general, be cautious. Like, go slow with guys, because if you just automatically like someone really fast and you have feelings for them, 1, if it ends, you're gonna be really hurt, obviously, if you have feelings invested. And 2, the majority of the time, guys only want one thing. So if they want to fuck you and you're not down to fuck them, they're just gonna drop you, because there's other girls that will fuck them. So like, they're not gonna waste their time on you. You know, I know that sounds shitty, but honestly, you don't want a guy like that anyway. So they're kind of doing you a favor by just ghosting you or whatever the fuck shitty things guys do nowadays. So just be cautious. I wouldn't want to see anyone get hurt. So just go slow, take your time. Also, in the go slow territory, wait as long as possible to have sex, because like I said, the majority of the time, that's all a guy wants. So if you have sex too quickly, they're probably not going to have that much interest in talking to you again unless it's to hit you up to have sex again. And then that's when you kind of become like a slam/booty call. And as someone that was a booty call with someone that I had the most extreme of feelings for a very long time, my ultimate fuckboy video, check it out. It was the most emotionally and physically horrible, exhausting thing of my life. So don't have sex too fast because you'll probably end up heartbroken or played, or you'll just degrade yourself to a booty call. And I promise you, even if you think like, I'm strong enough to just be a booty call, it's just about sex. Like, I'm the cool girl. Like, you're fucking not. You're not, and you're gonna be crying, and I fucking warned you. So also on the topic of boys, but this is also for girls as well. Either way, go into college single. Do it. I dated someone for all of high school, and luckily for me, him and I did break up before college for completely separate reasons in college. We did not break up for college. We broke up because he was a piece of shit that cheated on me and grew a cocaine addiction. Have a video on him too. But I'm so happy that it worked out that way and the timing worked out that way, because I could not imagine being in college not single. Like, it is so much fun, and I don't mean like if you're single you can be a little hoe, because that's not what I'm saying and that's not what I'm promoting, but you definitely meet so many people in college. It is mind-blowing how many people you're going to meet, and of the people you meet, there are going to be several, not like one or two, I mean several people that you are interested in romantically, sexually, whatever. And if you're tied down, you can't pursue like any of those options. And I'm not saying you can't have a boyfriend. Like, there are some people that have amazing relationships from high school, or just already know that they found the person they're meant to be with, and then by all means, you do you, that's great, you found your person. But in general, if you're in a relationship and it's not the best thing that's ever happened to you and you don't think it's your future husband or wife, fucking break up with that person and go to college single. You can always rekindle things if you made a mistake. Just like, trust me, you're going to fucking want to be single. Like, I can't stress it enough. STDs are more rampant than you think, and no, I haven't had an STD, so please don't make assumptions or whatever about me. I'm just saying I have met so many people or have personal very good friends who have gotten STDs from fucking with the wrong people in college. Literally, fucking with the wrong people. And I just want everyone to be safe, so please be safe about sex. I know that this is cliche, but when you are fucking people that are probably fucking a fuck ton of other people, like, you don't know where that dick has been, you don't know what that vagina has touched, like, you just don't know. So be safe, use a condom. I know condoms aren't fun and condoms don't feel good, but guess what? Herpes doesn't feel good either. So be smart. And be on the pill. Like, if you are 18 going into college, you were at an age that you should be on the pill. Even if you have parents who your whole life were like, no, you can't be on the pill for whatever reason, you are now a legal fucking adult. Go to the fucking gynecologist and get that birth control. If you don't have a gynecologist where you're going to school, like, I went out of state, I don't have doctors in my state. I have to go back home to Texas for like doctor appointments. But every campus has a health and wellness center on campus that does have like a gynecology section that can get you birth control and stuff. So really, there is no excuse. Speaking of the health and wellness center, that is like the biggest fucking piece of shit hellhole in the world. If you get sick, which you will a lot, like in college you get sick so much, mainly freshman year, and I think it's from living in shitty old dorms with like mold in the wall and having a roommate 10 feet from you who, like, if she gets sick, then they're coughing and like nasty, and those germs are just going to penetrate you no matter how hard you try because they're 10 feet from you, sleeping with you, eating with you, everything, so you're going to get sick. If you get sick, I don't recommend your health and wellness center on campus, okay? Like, they're just having so many students come in so often that they're kind of just giving out like generic medicine, generic advice. Like, it's a business, okay? Especially at Florida State when there's 40,000 sick students. Like, what are they gonna do? Go to Patients First, go to a CVS urgent care, like, go to more of a real doctor, because like, literally, the health and wellness center will not make you better, and you'll just have to keep going back, and it's the biggest pain in the fucking ass. Okay. The freshman 15, a lot of people think that's like a myth or a rumor and not real. My dad had never even heard of the freshman 15 until I went to college, and it is so real. I fell victim to the freshman 15 hard and heavy. Literally. I gained at least 15 pounds, maybe 20 freshman year, and it is not fun to gain that much weight that fast when you've always been a certain body size for your whole life, and then, well, now you're 20 pounds heavier, and then you have to like work out a fuck ton to like lose that weight. Like, I spent the entire summer after my freshman year eating like nothing but kale and working out every fucking day trying to lose all the weight, and I still probably have like 5 to 7 pounds to go. I'm not perfect, but it's a struggle. You want to be perfect, especially at a place at FSU, but like, love yourself for who you are. Obviously, everyone's body's different. Like, it took me such a long time to just like cope with the fact that I am how I am and my body is how I am, and I have to accept that. but also you do want to be healthy. So I do recommend starting a workout plan and actually sticking with it. Even if you just gain like 5 pounds, like it's hard to not gain any weight your freshman year because you are eating shit, like literal shit. Even if you're eating from your dining hall, that food is fucking gross and not good for you. And when you're drunk, you're going to be getting the munchies, the drunchies, the drunk munchies. You're going to be ordering pizza, Jimmy John's, like cookies. And then on top of it, drinking has so many calories. And I was so naive to this. Like, I'd always been told, like, drinking has calories, but it's kind of hard to, like, think of a drink, like a liquid, as, like, something that can make you gain weight. You know, like, you think of food as making you gain weight. But no, alcohol has a lot of calories. And depending on what drink you're drinking, it could have even more. Like, if you get a mixed drink at the bar, you have the calories of the alcohol and then the calories of the soda or juice or grenadine or whatever the fuck is being put in that drink. And then you are just drinking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of calories in one night, depending on how much you drink. So, like, be cautious. My freshman year, all I drank was tequila sunrise, which was tequila mixed with grenadine, mixed with orange juice, which is just a fuck ton of calories and a fuck ton of sugars. And since that was all I drank, that's probably where 90% of my weight gain came from. So if you're at a bar, order like a vodka water lime, a tequila water lime, a vodka tonic, a gin and tonic, something that is strictly just like liquor mixed with like seltzer or water or tonic or something that is not high in calories, high in sugar, etc. Okay? The freshman 15 is very real and it sucks ass. You will at least have one foreign teacher, and foreign teachers are really smart, okay? Like, they're smart as fuck. Like, they know what they're talking about. But since they're foreign, the language barrier or the heavy accent makes listening to lectures difficult. I've had to drop many a class because the teacher has such a thick accent that I just physically could not understand what they were saying, and that's problematic. It's up to you to decide how well you can understand them. I mean, that's just part of life. So make your own decision, but you're gonna have at least one and you're not gonna understand them, so figure it out. Greek life, I've made some videos on Greek life, check them out, is not as great as you think it is. Like, it's not like the movies. Every recruitment video you've seen on YouTube, every PR video, like, join Theta, join Zeta, join Theta, whatever the fuck, Eta, join us, we're great. It's all bullshit. Like, it's not complete bullshit. Like, some people join Greek life and it's like the best thing that's ever happened to them. And for those people, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I wish I had that experience, but that's not the experience I had. So just don't go into Greek life thinking that it's going to be exactly what you've seen in YouTube videos or movies, because it's not. There are rules, there are fines, there are meetings, there's a bunch of little pieces of bullshit entwined in the fun aspects that make it not really worthwhile, in my opinion. So don't go into that being naive as fuck, and also don't join a sorority or a fraternity thinking that you're gonna have 200 best friends, because you're not. Honestly, in my experience being in Greek life, sororities are more cliquey than anything I even experienced in middle school or high school. Honestly, if you really want to do Greek life, you can. It's for some people. It is for some people. So don't fucking hate me for not liking it, but I lived it. I lived it for 2 years at a huge, notorious party school, okay? And if I did not enjoy it at fucking Florida State University, I don't know what to say. So just really do your research and don't be naive or blind to the reality of what it's really gonna be like once you join, but do you, boo-boo, do you. If you go to the library, it's kind of a good idea to maybe look kind of okay. I mean, I never follow this rule. I look ugly as fuck on campus all the time. I don't give a shit. I never wear makeup. My hair is either wet as fuck like it is right now or in a ponytail, and I'm in a big t-shirt, so I don't follow this rule. So if you don't want to follow it, I don't blame you, because it's a fucking pain in the ass looking good, okay? But libraries on college campuses are very facey. And by facey, I mean you're showing face to a bunch of other faces, okay? When you go to the library, the chance of you running into a current or ex hookup, a current or ex best friend, someone in a class that you don't like, whatever, you are going to run into them. Every single time I go to the library, without fail, I run into either boys that I've had things with that I don't want to fucking see, or girls that I don't like that I don't want to fucking see. And if you just look good, then you feel a little more confident, like, yeah, fuck you, you didn't want to fucking date me, but look at me now, bitch. I mean, it's just like a nice suggestion to kind of look okay, but like I said, I don't follow that rule, so if you don't want to each their own. But I'm just warning you that you will run into people that you're going to be like, God damn it, I look like shit, and he's here, and he sees me looking like shit, and it fucking sucks. You will have a one-night stand in college. I fucking promise you that. And if you're sitting there being like, no, that's not me. I would never have a one-night stand. I only have sex with people I'm in love with. I would never have sex with the person I met at a bar. Whatever. I was the same way, baby girl, okay? I was the same fucking way. I thought one-night stands were gross. I thought they'd be the cheapest, most degrading, disgusting thing I could ever do. And now, being in college for 2 years, going on year 3, I have already had 2 of them. And they were awful. And they did make me feel like shit about myself. But they aren't the end of the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Some people like one-night stands, and I don't blame them. It's kind of fun if you think about it, to be able to just go have sex, have all the fun of sex with someone that you literally have no obligation to speak to again. So I get the appeal of them to some people, but I literally thought I was never gonna do it, but then I did it, and I felt like shit about myself, but I've overcome that, and it really isn't the end of the world. I have a video on one-night stands, so listen to it. There's great advice at the end that I don't want to repeat here, so go check that out. But you probably will have one, but it is okay, and just know that, like, you aren't a slut and you're not trashy or whatever. Like, shit just happens, especially when alcohol's involved, so just, like, go with the flow. I do not recommend having sex drunk. This kind of goes with the one-night stand thing, unless it's someone you're already fucking or, like, your boyfriend or something. But if you have sex drunk with someone that, like, you don't really know that well, or it's a one-night stand situation or whatever, you're probably going to regret it in the morning, just because when you are drunk, I cannot express it enough. Like, your inhibitions are so low. Like, you think everything's a good idea. You think everything's great because you literally are in a mindset where you do not give a fuck, which is really fun. Obviously, that's the appeal of drinking. That's why college kids do it, to have a night of fun, of not giving a fuck, to not give a care in the world. But when you like have sex or do something that is kind of like a big deal, when you weren't giving a fuck, the next morning when you're sober again and you give a fuck again, you're just going to be like, what the fuck? And I just don't want anyone to have regret over something as important and big as sex. So I just don't recommend it. I don't recommend having sex drunk. It's kind of the same as the one-night stand thing, but at the same time, you do you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just talking from personal experience, okay? Roommates suck and will forever suck. My freshman year roommate was a bitch from fucking hell, and I would love to make a video on her because I've never hated someone so much in my life. And if she's watching this, I know you hate me too, bitch, so it's cool. Roommates in general just always fucking suck. Like, the chance of you getting a roommate that you actually like is so slim. And just in general, being in a dorm in such close quarters with someone who is usually a stranger coming into college, it's awful. Like, if you're a clean person and the other person's messy, as in my situation, one side of your room is going to be a fucking disaster, and then if the other person's rude or comes in late at 3 a.m. from drinking all night and you want to go to bed early, like, it is literally just so fucking awful. Like, having a roommate sucks and will always suck. I mean, it gets better when you have an apartment and you can pick your roommates and you have your own space in your own room. But in general, it's just shitty. So, like, you're not gonna like it. Like, I'm sorry, but you're just not gonna fucking like it. Time, like the idea of time, it doesn't exist in college. Like, when I was in high school every day, 9 to 4:15, and then I would get home by 4:45, and then I would do my homework until like 7:30 or 8, and then I'd watch like an hour of TV, and then I'd pass the fuck out. And like in high school, I had this mindset where I would not and could not do homework past like 8 to 10 p.m. Like, that was pushing it. It's like, I've been home from school now for 3 to 5 hours. I don't want to do homework anymore. It is nighttime. I want to watch TV. I want to go to sleep. That is not a thing in college. In college, there is no time. It doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m. or if it's 3 p.m. If you have assignments to do, you're going to go to the library and do it. That's why the library is 24 hours a day, okay? Like, it doesn't matter the time of day. Like, there is no time frame. It's not like, oh, I can't study because it's too late, or, oh, I can't even hang out with my friend because it's too late. Like, not even just studying, even fun social things. Like, I have friends literally text me at like midnight, not like booty call guys, like girlfriends, like real friends, or like, hey, like, want to come over and like chill? And it's like, yeah, I'm not tired, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, that's kind of cool, but just know because of that, like, your lack of sleep is going to greatly increase. Like, I'm always tired, which means you're going to start taking naps, which I know everyone's anti-naps when they're younger and naps are lame or naps are for old people. No, bitch, naps are what fuel life, okay? Like, I literally could not get through any week without naps. I nap almost every single day. It is the best hour of my day. It's what I live for. You're going to start napping. You're going to start appreciate napping. You're going to become a nap fanatic. Good. Don't sign up for an 8 a.m. don't even really sign up for a 9 a.m. Like, I know in high school, you're going to high school from like anywhere from 7 in the morning or 9 in the morning, depending on when your high school starts. Mine started at 9 a.m., but everyone I met in Florida, they started at 7 or 7:15, which is fucking awful. But like in high school, you can wake up that early and get to high school on time and then sit in classrooms for 8 hours. Not even kidding. Like, you cannot do an 8 a.m., whether it's because you're partying the night before or you're up with friends. Like, it is just not even physically possible to get yourself out of bed that early to go sit in a lecture. Like, you think it's doable because you just did high school for 4 years. It's not doable. Like, don't even do it. Don't do it. Sometimes you'll be forced to sign up for an 8 a.m. Like, some classes are only offered early as fuck, and that is a real shame. But you just gotta suck it up and deal with it. But if it's not mandatory, don't fucking do it to yourself, okay? With that being said though, regardless of what time your class is at, you need to go to class. My freshman year, I only went to class like 30% of the time, which meant I didn't do that well on tests. I got like low B's or C's, and I just didn't really give a fuck. I procrastinated like a motherfucker. You need to go to class. I know if you have a class where the teacher posts the PowerPoint online or posts the notes online or whatever online, so you think, oh, I don't have to go, that's a waste of my time, there's not even attendance, I'll just read this shit online and study for the test myself. No, like, you really need to go. Like, this summer, for summer session, I am going to my classes every single day without fail. I don't give a fuck if I'm tired. I don't give a fuck if it's at 9 a.m., which I have a 9 a.m. this semester that lasts 3 hours and 15 minutes, and I still go to that shit. You have to go. The amount of things that the teacher says in class that is then on the exam, or is just really important information to know that isn't posted online, that isn't in the textbook, is such crucial information. It really is the difference between getting a B- or a B+. Like, you need to go to class. I know that there's gonna be so much FOMO. Like, I wanna go to this party, but I have a test tomorrow. Don't go. There are going to be endless party and going out options in 4 years of college. Do not go if you have an early class or a test or a big assignment. Don't put off school for a social life. I promise you, it fucking sucks, because your GPA will drop, and then when you're older like me and realize, God damn it, I fucked up, it's going to be very hard to pull your GPA back up. My GPA right now is like a 3.1 out of a 4.0, which everyone says, as long as it's over a 3.0, it's good. To me, that's not good enough. I should have at least a 3.5 with the level of intelligence I know that my brain has. But it's just because I fucked around for 2 years of college and didn't give a shit. And now I give a really big shit, and it sucks ass having to try and catch up. So go to class, take school seriously. Please take school seriously. I know college is fun, but GPA is forever, and you need a job, and you need good grades for grad school. So just like take it seriously. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, kind of cliche, but be yourself. I know that sounds so dumb, but just personally, when I was in high school, my high school was so fucking cliquey, and I never was in a clique. Like I've said in a video before, I was like a floater in high school. Like, I was kind of just friends with a little bit of every single clique. Like, I just kind of knew people like in every clique, and people knew me, and like teachers liked me. Like, I wasn't not popular, but I wasn't in a group. Like, I just kind of did my own thing. But I had such this complex in high school, like, oh, I'm not in a group, like I need to be in a group, like which group do I want to mold myself to? And then my senior year of high school, I did mold myself into like the preppy popular girl group, just because I thought that would be the best place to be in high school, and it sucked because I wasn't myself at all. So be yourself, because in college, people genuinely don't give a fuck. And I'm not just saying that to be cliche. People really don't give a fuck. Like, there are kids that LARP. That means live action role play. Like, a fuck ton of kids get together and put on medieval Game of Thrones shit with their plastic swords and like fake fight in the middle of Landis Green, which is our huge grass area in the middle of campus. They don't give a fuck. Like, no one gives a fuck. It doesn't matter if you're the kid that's a LARPing. It doesn't matter if you are the president of the most top tier sorority on campus. Like, it doesn't matter what your social status is. Like, people don't care. You're gonna find friends and find people that fucking love the shit out of you for you. So be yourself. And popularity does not exist as much in college. I mean, it definitely exists if you're in Greek life, which is another reason why I thought Greek life was fucking bullshit. But in general, it just doesn't really exist. Just be yourself, be any kind of person you are, be as weird as you want, be as cool as you want, be as pretty as you want, be as lazy and fucking hobo as you want. no one gives a fucking shit, so just be yourself. Like, it'll be the best thing that you can do, and it's like literally college is just so great. I wish you all the best of luck with college. I hope this was helpful. I wish I knew these things going into college. I fucking wish I knew, but I didn't. But my mistakes is your learning lessons. So hope this was helpful. Thank you guys. Please subscribe if you like my videos, and check me out on Instagram and Snapchat. I'll put that below. Have a nice day, everybody.